Hello. As any of my viewers know, my name is Jeremiah Semien. And basically, I am an artist. I want to tell a lot of people that I have a lot of books that's been published, a lot of music out. I have short stories that's out as well, besides the poetry. And I also have short films, videos, films itself. And by pushing out as an artist in every field, even co-publishing music with other artists, by doing that, I'm pushing myself out as not only an artist, but as a businessman, or a business person, if you want to think about it like that. And in the event that hopefully by exposing myself as an artist to let people know who I am, and to let people know that things that I've went through that maybe they going through or they've already went through, then they'll understand exactly who I am, what I've done, things of that nature. Alright, some of my books, probably some of you know. Poet's Dream. I also have Tales of Unknown the Stranger. I do have a few other books like New Generation Act 1, New Generation Act 2. I probably have books called The Historical Jerry, a poetry book, or The Vault, the Crystal Ball. I also have books like, probably you might not have heard of a lot of my book material, which could be The Trial Lawyer, probably The Researcher, The Office Filer, probably books like The Sacrifice of Jeremiah, which is the combination of Act 1 and Act 2 too. From New Generation, I also have The Histories of Jerry. Well, I said The Histories of Jerry. Basically, it's the King of Music. I also have a CD that came out. Somehow people probably heard of some of the songs on it. I've also have music from other performances I've done, shows, basically. And in the long run, it makes me as an artist feel great of what I'm doing. By having my documentary about my life story, even a documentary about Jesus, it makes it possible for an artist like me to understand not only the physical side, but a spiritual sense, if you want to think of it. And with having these talents given to me, because I do thank God for the talents that He's given me to push out and to catch the eye of as many people as possible, having web pages for people to see me, my pictures, my artwork, it gives people a sense of who I am, what I'm doing, that I'm the type of man that doesn't just accept anything. I push forward. I push, even though I can be tired, I can be frustrated, angry, whatever, I just keep pushing till I get to a certain point in this business. And I think you have to just continue pushing, because no one in the world will give you anything. You have to work for it. You have to push and work for it so you can appreciate what you've done, so people can appreciate what you've done as well. Alright, being in an entertainment business, it's not an easy business. This is a hard business. but it is possible to make it in the entertainment business. And there's many aspects of the entertainment business. It's not just in front of the camera. Some things happen behind the camera, and a lot of people work hard to make that happen. And I feel that by working hard, by pushing, striving to do something in this world, people will notice what you're doing. People will know who you are, what you can do, and in the long run, it'll make it easier for people to understand what you're trying to accomplish in life. Because you can accomplish anything. Not only working in the entertainment business, but working a 9-to-5 gig or job, having a career. You can also create jobs for yourself, as I did personally. And this is your chance to come across a message that many people might not understand, is that as an individual person, if you can do certain things in this world, then there's almost nothing that's impossible for you to do. That is what people should understand. Because that is something I understand. And that is what makes one person who wants something in life, or the ones that want something, from the ones that don't want anything in life. And you shouldn't be settling just for one thing. You should push out and strive for more. The better your chances. Thinking about my past, and sometimes you try to learn from it, is something that's hard for a lot of people to do. But I think if a lot of people see my documentaries, you can kind of figure out a little bit about my past history. And I think that in the long run, that learning from all of this, it does help everyone in the world. I think by learning from the past, it teaches us that maybe we shouldn't go this route, or maybe we shouldn't go that route, or whatever. I feel as though that in time, people should understand. I have a feeling that it could happen to all of us in this world, that we finally figure out what people from the past did. Also thinking about a lot of these wars that's going on, and make a person think about if the end is near. But with all that in everyone's sight, it's hard to figure out what to do, how to do it. I understand that people probably get scared. Everybody does at a certain point of their life. And it helps, makes us stronger, makes us understand more, makes us feel as though that we are who we are as a person. And I think everybody has their own set ways in life. Even though you wish certain people wouldn't do certain things, it's best to tell them the truth. People don't like you. They will never like you if you tell the truth. But that doesn't mean that they will not respect you, because they will. And in the long run, that's all that matters, is respect. A person, especially if you can love them within the same time period. And also make sure that you take care of yourself besides taking care of someone else. And if you hook up with anybody in this world, make sure that you and that person have some understanding. Make sure you love the person. Make sure that you're willing to do things for that person. Make sure that person is willing to do things for you. And have some kind of understanding, or should I put it, really understand one another. And a relationship takes effort, time, it takes a lot. And you have a lot of baggage, the other person have a lot of baggage, then it does take time to work with that certain situation, whatever situation you come up to. Alright, people look at me and they think that I'm smart, I have a lot of knowledge. And I believe as an artist, when I write down different stories, or should I say, when I decide to start writing a story, I may do some research on my research. And I think that as a writer, by doing a lot of research, I think you really get the point of the story. And if anyone has ever read my books, some of my books do have a lot of information on a lot of people, cultures, especially cultures from the past. And I feel as though that by understanding these cultures, maybe we can understand us as people. And I think when a person who reads history should also have a Bible handy to also read that and to add in their own, when they summarize it for themselves, add the complete history of mankind. Because I feel as though that as I remembered and I stated, learning from our past is one of the best experiences you can have, especially as an artist, an author. If you're writing a story, doesn't matter if it's a short story, but what's called a short, which is kind of basically a little less than really than some of the short stories, which could be about 2 or 3 pages long. A short story could be 9, but could be like between 9 to 20 pages long. Could be a little bit more. And if you're writing a short story collection, it's good to get a little bit of information on the story that you're writing about. When you're doing a novelist, a short novel, or if you're doing a novel or a full-length novel, which could be, a full-length novel could be between 100 pages, I say 1 to about probably 700 pages long. It depends. Could be between 50,000 to 300,000 words. It depends. Whatever story you're writing. And as you think about it, as an artist, you have to think about what messages are you portraying. That would be one thing to think about. What messages are you portraying? Sometimes the messages that artists portray is not always the best message to push out there, but it is a message. And I think with any artistic work, you will have messages that you're putting out. Having an open mind, having an understanding of what you think the artist is trying to say. It shouldn't matter an artist's sexual orientation. It shouldn't matter the racial background. It should matter the artwork itself. That's what you're putting out there. You're not putting your business, or should I say, you're not putting things that you don't want people to know out there. You're pushing out artwork. And that's the best thing a person can do, is push out a lot of the artwork and eventually get certain companies to take you on. And I think in the long run, you will understand more. You'll learn more. I think as a person gets older, you'll learn more than what you've learned in life. And I think you have to. Because that's with everything in this world. You have to learn. That's the key. Learning is the key. I feel as though people can be blessed with anything. Well, almost anything, if you believe. That's another key factor. I feel that believing that things can happen for you, it's hard as a human being to really believe that things can happen. But sometimes if you just think about it, maybe there is a higher power that is up there watching all of us, and maybe he's giving to us what we deserve from what he sees us doing. And I feel as though that's probably one key factor to think about. What we are doing as human beings, this is what this spiritual being is watching us. And as we think about the truth hurts every one of us, but the truth is what everybody needs to hear. That's the bottom line. But like I said before, to really understand mankind is to really read the historical events throughout history, especially if you read about different cultures, different racial background of cultures. And if you take the Bible, read that as well, add that information to the historical books, then you'll probably get a sense of the whole history of mankind. That's how I feel. Maybe somebody might not feel the same way that I feel, but that is our history. That is something we need to think about in the long run. So to really conclude, I think that in life there are lessons to be learned. There are things we need to know. There are things that as humans we could do, especially whatever job, career, or whatever we're doing. I think that money is not always the key factor for happiness. I think that everybody in the world should find some way of making themselves happy besides materialistic ways or materialistic things. I think that we as human beings should not just help ourselves, help one another. And I think at the end of this life that we all live and one day have to leave, I feel as though that we'll learn life lessons, not just throughout history, but through other people. And I believe that if you have a conversation with a person and let them spit out or let them push out knowledge that maybe you don't know, then it's good to understand how somebody else thinks, how somebody else feels, and that's part of history as well. If anyone thinks about it like that, that is part of our history. Okay, reading is fundamental. Everybody should pick a good book, any book, and read it. It's time we stop watching television and start reading a good book. My name is Jeremiah Semien, and I'll approve this message.
I want to fall in love. 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 Shame on me. I said shame on me. Shame on me. I said shame on me, baby. Fall in love, get married, have a baby. Fall in love, get married, have a baby. I want to fall in love, get married, have a baby. I want to fall in love, get married, have a baby. I want to fall in love, get married, have a baby. I want to fall in love, get married, have a baby.
Hello, my name is Jeremiah Semien. I'm been told by many people that I'm a mentor or icon, whatever you want to call it, star celebrity, whatever you want to call it. I'm just an artist that does what he does. I try to push out the best that I can. A lot of people in the world don't usually push out like they're supposed to. It would be wise to push out and do something with your life. I feel as though that anybody can do anything if they put their mind to it. Not everybody has a talent to do everything, but certain people can do certain things. And I think you have to have the talent to do that, because that's one of the requirements, I guess. People ask me a lot of questions, and if you watch my documentaries, I have told you everything that I could think of. If you read my autobiographies, then you kind of get a sense of what's going on in my life. You probably have to read King of Music, the memoirs of Jeremiah, and The Man, the Story, and the Legend. And hopefully that'll give you more details of my life story. Basically, point blank. Alright, being who I am, it makes a lot of people nervous. When I mean nervous, I mean really nervous. I'm a Semien, that's why. And it's very difficult to be me, personally. I think if you haven't walked a mile in a person's shoes, you can't really understand where they're coming from. That's what I believe. And it takes a lot in this world to make it. If you have the ability to push and do something with your life, you can do something. Everybody can do something. If you want more out of life, or if you just like being at the state that you are, being in the condition that you are, or whatever you want to call it, then be my guest. But I feel that people should be able to strive for more, if possible. Full of darkness, where is the light? No one to care, shine no light. All of my life to find someone. The day has come, heartache and pain. No way out, tears fall. Drown me out, deliver me. To the hands of evil, now is the time. I cry to God, who hears me. No one really cares.
In a dark world full of fate, Jesus takes the child's hand and brings the child at peace. This is why Jesus says, let the children come unto me. To God, who is in the highest, I give him the praise when I go and come. This is my prayer. Peace is what you find. Peace is love not to fight. Peace is when you care. Peace is when people help one another.
Hello, my name is Jeremiah Semien, and I'm an artist trying to do my own thing, which is not easy. It's kind of hard, but hopefully once you get to know me and watch these documentaries about me, you'll be able to find out more about me. Also known as Jerry, so AKA if you want to think about it. Well, here we go. This for you. Sometimes also you can also be bullied at a job, which it could be any job around the world. And I think bullying should be outlawed. It should be a law against bullying someone. I don't think we all should sit back and let people bully someone. I feel that speak up and let's make sure that this doesn't happen again, because bullying starts not just with me, but it starts with you as well. Hello, my name is Jeremiah Semien. Being bullied is something that I've experienced in my life, and I don't want other people to experience what I've experienced. I want to make sure that bullying is something that should be outlawed. They should have a law against bullying someone. It doesn't matter where it is, at schools, could be universities, it could be on a job. Bullying has to stop. So bullying not only starts with me, but it starts with you too. So bullying has to stop with myself, and then it should stop with you too. Thank you. Redefining yourself as an artist is not easy, especially when you become a popular artist. A lot of fans, a lot of people want to know all of your business. Well, as an artist, we all want to know something about someone. I feel as though that if we as humans should not be so curious, then we shouldn't be worrying about somebody else. We should be worrying about ourselves personally. But it doesn't happen that way. I understand that. Some people say knowledge is power, but knowing someone's business is not power. If you're a nosy person, then well, that's just how it goes, right? It shouldn't be that way. So let's do us all a favor. Let's mind our own business, and probably no one should get hurt. Well, thinking about us as human beings, not just us as artists, but us as human beings. This is our chance to do something, probably interact, right? Do something different. So, let's all try our best. And let's not only do that, you know what else we should do? Sometimes we forget a helping hand is better than not helping at all. That's what I think. I don't know for sure about you. As I capture the artists, I say artists, the public, I mean, with my books, my short stories, you could say, which could be short stories, short novels, or novelists, or full-length novels, or novels. Not only that, capturing the audience with my music that's out, which you can either get a copy of the CD itself or download the music. Also, you can get copies of my documentaries, different films I've done, or you can download some of them. Even my comedy act is something you can download. And I just want people to know that by getting these materials, you'll be able to understand a little bit about me as the artist. So I hope everybody really get a little glimpse of myself as well. Okay? Peace. The truth about me. Let me tell you something, people. Let me tell you something. I dare anybody to see the truth about me. You know I dare you. I dare you. Because I dare you to see the truth about me. I dare you to know who I am. I dare you to be me if you can. If you walk a mile in my shoes, can you be me? I dare you to see the truth. I dare anybody to see the truth. Okay. Probably a lot of people always have questions about me personally. And I guess I'm here to answer some of the questions on this documentary, which y'all should have seen the answers before then. Two questions that people usually ask. Number one, my racial background. Well, as I told a lot of people, mostly my racial background consists of me being or should I say some of my relatives, ancestors are Spanish, French, Jewish, Polish, African, Indian, and probably Puerto Rican and a Dominican Republican. Okay. Besides all of that, I feel as though that shouldn't be an issue. A lot of people think either I am either white or Caucasian, black, African, yellow bone, mulatto. Either I'm Hispanic, Latino, or I'm Arabic. One or the other. So the next question people want to know is my sexual orientation, because people really aren't sure. People either think I'm straight, gay, or bi, whichever one. And the answer to that is whatever you think I am. I said I was going to answer 2 questions. Well, let's just say I'm going to leave that as a mystery. Okay? So